Alright guys, what is going on? BusterBarnes here and welcome to this new video where I'm going to be ranking every single Premier League home kit from worst to best. Actually quite a good day to do this, seeing as I believe Fulham's kit just came out the other day, completing the set of all of the kits for the 2021 season. So without further ado, I'm going to be starting from bottom to top. I know a lot of these videos have already been done, looking at the home kits, grading them, doing, a certain score out of 10, but I'm not sure if I've seen anyone actually rank them from the worst kit to the best kit. Obviously, this is all subjective. Please do leave in the comments below your picks, what you think are the best kits, what you think are the worst kits. Even rank all of them if you want to. I'll be sure to check all of those comments out. So, starting from the bottom, and whilst I do want to say I'm going to be completely unbiased during this, I'm just going to go off of my opinion, it does seem quite hard to say that when the first kit at the bottom of the list is Tottenham Hotspur. And to be honest, guys, I think a lot of you will probably agree with this. I mean, it's just a dirty kit, really. It's like grey. It's not even the properly like Spurs white. It's got some weird sleeve pattern. I don't know what the collar's about either, because that's got some yellow on it. It probably doesn't help that the modelled photo has Dele Alli with like a kit that looks way too big for him. But I mean, either way, it doesn't look like a great kit. One of Tottenham's worst kits, if I do say so. So yeah, that's going to be bottom and rank number 20 at the bottom of the list. The next kit is the Burnley Kit, and the main reason that the Burnley Kit's there is, number one, the big sort of logo on the front I don't think is very nice, and also it's the sleeves. They've got the claret and blue, but it sort of cuts here. It doesn't like do a nice shoulder cut. It sort of cuts like a little bit beyond the shoulder, which I'm actually not too much of a fan of. I think it makes it sort of look a bit weird when you're wearing it. It makes it sort of look like your shoulders are all slanted down. So yeah, not a massive fan of the Burnley kit either. It was a bit tough. There's a few kits that could sort of rank just above Tottenham's, but I did go with the Burnley kit in last place, mainly because of the sponsor. The next kit following that was Crystal Palace. Now, I actually sort of had Crystal Palace higher, but then the more and more I looked at it, it sort of just went down and down. I think it's because the pattern sort of ends sort of up here. I do prefer the sort of pattern that goes, that basically finishes, that goes its way around the shirt up to the top. Again, I think it just makes it look a bit weird with the shoulders when it's all just blank here, and then you've got a bit of a pattern going down here. I just don't think it looks that great on a kit, to be honest. The next kit is actually a kit that I kind of like, but the sponsor does ruin it, and that's actually West Brom's kit. Now, some people talk about the lines like, oh, the different, thickness of the lines makes it look a bit stupid. I actually disagree. I think that it's actually got quite a nice pattern. I also think the colour's quite nice as well, that sort of very, very dark purple with the white, but it is just the sponsor on the front. The boiler sponsor just absolutely ruins it. You don't want to wear that anywhere. That just makes the kit basically almost unwearable in any sort of situation, and that's sort of what I'm thinking about as well, guys. Like, which of these kits can you kind of not just wear when you go to a football game, but also feel fine wearing when you're walking down the street? And this is not a kit that I think anyone would want to be seen wearing when they're walking down the road. And the next kit is Brighton. Now, I think this would be a little bit higher if they didn't have the collar. I think the collar looks a bit silly with the white, and then also there's some white lines that go down it, but they sort of stop where the sponsor is and then they start again, which again I don't think looks that great. This was another one that was sort of higher up on my list, but the more I looked at it, it just sort of went further and further down. But then the next kit is Aston Villa's. Now, this is interesting because it's actually quite a similar kit to the West Ham kit, but the slight difference really, I mean, it's a little bit darker, but also when you look at the both kits, I just think that there's something about the kazoo logo. There's some like little lines going down, which I don't necessarily think are that great or appealing. This maybe could have gone a little bit higher, but I did settle for it being, slightly lower on the list, because to be honest, I just couldn't see myself wearing that sort of kit. But then going up is Sheffield United. Now, to be fair, what I said earlier about the sort of Crystal Palace kit sort of ending sort of in the chest region and not carrying on up to the shoulders does sort of stay true with the Sheffield kit, and that's why that's a bit lower down as well. But I do think the Sheffield kit is just a little bit nicer, like the way that the design ends and it sort of curves down, and I think the sort of black on the shoulders looks decent as well. Just want to say now quickly as well, congratulations to Ethan Ampadu getting his loan move to Sheffield United. That could that could probably go one of two ways, but not to focus on that now. I think Sheffield United's kit is sort of, around the middle of the table, ranking just below the next one, which is Newcastle United. The main reason this kit sort of ranks above Sheffield is because mainly with Newcastle you basically get two sort of ways to do their kit. It's either mainly white with black on it, or it's mainly black. Now because it's mainly black with some white lines, I think that makes it look a bit better and a bit more appealing, with like the black shoulders, and also like I said, the lines go all the way up the kit, which I think makes it, gives it a bit of an edge over Sheffield's kit as well. So yeah, Newcastle sort of middle of the table there, also close to Leicester City's kit. Now this might surprise some people because obviously, I like the colour blue. Chelsea's obviously got a blue kit, but it's the way that the blue sort of changes below the chest. It like goes from one blue to like almost a different material, and I don't know what it is. It's the picture of Jamie Vardy in the kit I just don't like. The only reason it's probably not a little bit lower actually is because it's got a bit of a gold trim around the arms, which I do like a bit of gold on a football kit. So I think with that said, it's an okay kit, but I do think if it maybe remains a consistent colour throughout, it would be a bit better. Going on next is the Southampton kit, the red with the white stripe. I think their third kit is actually the opposite. I will be ranking the third kits as well as the away kits in a future video. But I think this is quite a nice kit actually, the mainly red with the white sort of strip across. I think it looks very nice. Probably could have gone a bit higher, but there was just some other kits that I preferred really. Not so much to say about it, but I just think it's quite a nice smart kit and a nice kit for Southampton fans to wear. Probably better than the stripes going down, that's been done by loads of teams. I don't think the downward stripes are necessarily the way to go. So yeah, good kit from Southampton. Now the next one is going to be West Ham, and again, this is similar to the Aston Villa kit, but it just looks a lot cleaner. Maybe it's also the sponsor and the logos as well, but just having the plain sort of colours, the claret down here, the blue, I think that it just looks like a smarter kit and one that you'd actually like feel quite comfortable wearing just out and about. I think with the Villa kit, the big kazoo logo just makes it look a bit silly. So the West Ham kit does rank a lot higher than that one. Now the next one, Manchester City. I don't think this is an awful kit, but the design is a bit strange, especially, looking at Manchester City's other two kits, spoiler alert on what I think of those. Those two kits are way better than their home kit. Their home kit, yeah, some people have, compared it to a smashed window. It does sort of look like that. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's alright. I don't think it's a bad kit, but it sort of seems like a kit that, I don't know if it's like an in-fashion kit, if you know what I mean. That seems like a kit that would have been like quite popular like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, not a kit that's popular now. But the kit that goes above Manchester City's is Wolves. Maybe I'm just a bit biased because I do quite like the orange colour, and obviously it's very different to a lot of other teams in English football, but I do just think it's a nice smart kit. The orange and the black, I don't think you can really go too wrong with that. It's obviously got a little bit of a design on it. I don't know if it's as nice as maybe some previous Wolves kits that we've seen, but I still think compared to the other Premier League kits, it does rank, quite a fair bit higher than all of those, and that's why that is in, I believe, 6th place. But the kit above that is going to be the Everton kit. Now that also has the kazoo logo like the Aston Villa one. But to be fair to the Everton one, there's a consistent colour of blue throughout. Again, maybe that's biased because I like the colour blue. Also, it does have the lines going through it as well. And I just think that with the lines on the top but staying a consistent colour, it makes it look unique and it does make it look like a nice kit. But the kit above that one is going to be the one that was just recently released, and that is the Fulham kit. A nice clean white kit, but then with the black going through the shoulders, not just here but also going all the way up to the neck. I think that's a nice kit. I think that it will, look good on the pitch as well. I think it could look good no matter where you wear it. Not too sure about Fulham's away kit, but their home kit I think definitely is a good success for the club that are coming back into the Premier League. Moving on next, that is going to be Liverpool in 4th place, I believe. Now, their kit might have actually ranked higher because I do quite like just a clean sort of plain kit with some with some different coloured trims and stuff like that. But the green and the white trim on the red, I'm not sure I'm too convinced by that. It kind of just reminds me of like toothpaste going like around the neck and across the arms. So even though it's a nice clean kit, I do think the green, personally for me, ruins it a little bit. I know some people really like the green. I personally am not one of those people. So the Liverpool kit does rank 4th for me. I wonder if Liverpool are going to be champions again. Please leave down below who you think is going to win the Premier League this season, as well as what your favourite kits are. Maybe you thought the Liverpool kit was one of your favourites. I'd love to know. But then the next kit in 3rd place is actually going to be Leeds United. Some people might look at it and just go, oh, it's just a plain white kit. But I think compared to some of the other kits, I think, to be honest, this season, some Premier League teams have gone a little bit too far in how they've designed their kits. Like, don't get me wrong, you can get some designs which are completely out there, like Man City's away kit, which just look absolutely amazing. But I think with a lot of the other Premier League teams, they've gone a little bit too far with the designs and the patterns. Whereas I think Leeds have just, they're just going back into the Premier League. They've got like a nice trim on the shoulders with some black. They've got the nice clean white shirt. I think it's going to, look decent. And I don't think that really we've had a team for a while that actually just has an all-white kit. We've obviously got Fulham, but they obviously have the black as well. So that'll be nice to see in the Premier League. And I wonder how well Leeds are going to do. Not too sure, actually. I think it could go either one of two ways for Leeds United. But up next, and I realise that I've got my positions a bit wrong because I actually cut off the team at the top of my list. So Leeds aren't actually 3rd, they're actually 4th. But in 3rd place, it's actually going to be conveniently the team with a number 3 on the front of their shirt. The team that I support, the team this channel is about mainly, and that is Chelsea FC. I did obviously want to rank them higher, but I just thought, there was a bit more out there designs which I thought worked quite well that had to go above. Which is a shame, and also to be fair to Chelsea, the 3 logo isn't a great logo to have on your shirt. However, I do think the dark blue, and again maybe I'm biased, but the clean dark blue, the black trim on the sleeves and the neck, as well as like a little sort of diagonal zigzaggy design they've got, which is just very faintly across the shirt. I personally really like it. Some people, laughed at it at the start, but I think when you compare it to other Premier League kits, it's actually up there for a really, really nice, simple looking kit. So Chelsea does rank in number 3. Number 2 is actually going to be Manchester United. They've got some little stripes going across their shirt, a bit of yellow, a bit of white. I personally think it is actually quite nice. It pains me to, put United up here in 2nd place, and I think that this is a shirt where some people might actually disagree and put them like way lower, but I personally do think it is quite a nice shirt, a bit different but also still quite clean. So I do think that is quite a good choice for the Red Devils, and they are in 2nd place, which means you've obviously all worked it out. The team which I probably dislike the most in the Premier League, being a Chelsea fan, I guess it could be Arsenal or Tottenham, I guess, to some fans, but to me it is Arsenal, who are actually in 1st place. I think their design is out there. It is different with the sort of little arrowy, wavy effect, but I personally actually think it does work quite well. I think this maybe could have ranked sort of anywhere in the top like 6 or 7 kits, but because it's sort of a bit more out there, because it's quite different, and they're taking a bit more of a risk, I thought, why not put it in number 1. I think it looks better on the players than it does just in still photos, to be fair to it, which I guess is, probably quite a consistent thing when looking at all the kits, but I do think it looks better when it's on. So yeah, fair play to Arsenal. I think it's a decent looking kit. Hopefully them being number 1 on this kit ranking video doesn't, correspond to their position in the Premier League this season. But yeah, guys, that is just it. I've ranked all of the kits, all of the home kits of the 2021 season. Like I said, please leave a comment below of your rankings of all of these kits, going from bottom to top, or even ranking them out of 10. Do whatever you want, guys, to be honest, in the comments below. Please make sure to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe to the BusterBarnes YouTube channel, where I will be bringing you daily content of all things football, all things Chelsea, Fantasy Premier League coming soon as well as FIFA 21 when that game is released. So yeah, thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you next time.